It's time now for a look at least in local news. In the news, the Wayne County High School Band is performing that free concert this afternoon at 6 p.m. at the high school auditorium. It'll be the performance they'll plan to play when they are in New York performing at Carnegie Hall. This is a free event this evening. Everyone is invited to attend. Once again, the performance by the high school band gets underway at 6 p.m. Seating is first come, first serve. Again, everyone's invited to come enjoy the show. Both the Wayne County Commissioners and the Jesup City Commissioners have meetings this evening. City Commissioners having their meeting tonight due to the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce's cookout tomorrow night at the Farmers Market. The county agenda is very lengthy. Several items under citizens' concerns. Under new business, consider approved beer and wine license for Sonny's Corner, which is formerly Guard-Eye Tire and Grocery Store. Building Inspector Kyle Jones on the agenda, consider an approved permit fee revision schedule. Tax Commissioner Allie Harnage on the agenda, consider an approved resolution to write off ad valorem tax bills for $5 or less. Also on hand for the consideration approving the tax commission to correct clerical errors prior to getting the corrections from the tax assessor's office. And she's also on the agenda to consider and approve the tax commissioner to approve contract for service agreements for both the City of Odom and City of Scriven. Road Superintendent Kevin McGrady on the agenda, consider and approve bid for zero-turn lawnmower and consider and approve a bid for a water pump. Sheriff Chuck Mosley on the agenda, consider and approve bid for 2025 Ford F-150 pickup trucks. Rec Director Spec Eccles on the agenda, consider and approve bids for football field lights. Election Supervisor Robbie Smart talk about election compensation. Also on the agenda, consider and approve bids for a transit metal building. Consider and approve audit for district attorney. Consider and approve resolution amending the ARP budget for 2024. And Judge Ray Gordon signed bridge dedication and Walter Griffiths Bridge on the agenda. Several board appointments, items with the administrator, items with the county clerk, items with commissioners, all that taking place tonight at 6 p.m. at the county commissioners meeting room. The City of Jesup commissioners meet at 7 p.m. this evening. Once again, they moved their meeting up to tonight. Under old business, approval of a cancellation fee for fire platform truck with Fire Chief Josh Huffman and City Manager Nick Ellis. Second reading of an ordinance to amendment to the animal control fees and fines. Approval of South Macon Street connector change order and discussion of mandatory water and sewer connections. Under new business, awarding a bid for Cherry Street resurfacing, discussion of creating financial solutions, discussion of third quarter financial report, and executive session for personnel, items with the city manager, items with commissioners, items with the mayor. Once again, the City of Jesup commissioners meeting tonight due to the cookout tomorrow night at the Wayne County Farmers Market put on by the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. The Board of Education will meet tomorrow at 6 p.m. Under items of business, discussion of information, capital outlay projects, approval and selection of contractor for middle school roofs. The GMAS Georgia Milestones Assessment System scores will be discussed. Approval of changing July 15th board meeting date. Also, under financial management, estimated rollback millage rate, executive session for personnel, items with the school board members and superintendent, and all that tomorrow at 6 p.m. And also, again, the Chamber of Commerce is having that cookout for the elected officials tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at the Wayne County Farmers Market. Again, they look forward to seeing all the elected officials so they can show their appreciation for their service to our community. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, both the Wayne County Sheriff's Department and the Long County Sheriff's Department assisted the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office in the arrest of 21-year-old Khalees Hadley and 19-year-old Tahib McNabb. The Rockdale County Sheriff's Department provided the departments with valid arrest warrants for both, as they were wanted in Rockdale County for charge of murder and aggravated assault. Long County investigators conducted surveillance and deployed a law enforcement aerial drone near Arnold Drive and Jacks Lane. A search warrant was then obtained and executed, and the two were arrested without incident. During the search, evidence was seized and was turned over to the Rockdale Sheriff's Department to assist with the homicide investigation. Hadley, a Wayne County graduate, was a member of the Wayne County High School football team. This past Thursday afternoon, a Glenn County jury deliberated about an hour before returning with guilty verdicts on all 6 counts against Larry Jenkins, who's now been tried and convicted 3 times for the January 8, 1993 murders of Terry and Michael Ralston, which took place here in Wayne County. Michael was just 15 at the time of these brutal murders, which was played out again in court this past week. Once again, the evidence proved that Larry Jenkins, age 17 at the time, went to the Ralston's family-owned laundromat on Macon Street, robbed and forced the Ralstons into their white Chevy Lumina van, and had them drive to a wooded area near the railroad tracks near Cowboy Road, and shot and killed them both. Their bodies were discovered January 9th when 2 railroad employees spotted the bodies. A bolo was put out for the white Chevy van. It was spotted driving around Jesup. When police went to stop the van, 4 men ran from the van, including Larry Jenkins, was seen throwing a gun into some bushes. That gun proved to be the murder weapon, and when arrested, Larry Jenkins had Michael Ross's learner's permit in his pocket. GBI agent Stacy Jones took statements from Jermon Campbell and David Wilkerson, two of the other men in the van that ran that day. Campbell said that when he asked Larry Jenkins how he got the white van, Jenkins told him he shot a lady. Once again, the evidence last week proved for a third time that Larry Jenkins is guilty of robbing and killing the Ralstons, now convicted 3 times, once in 1995, back then sentenced to death, but the courts overruled death sentences for teenagers, convicted a second time in 2014, now convicted a third time in 2025. Judge Scarlett, the judge for the last 2 trials, Assistant DA John B. Johnson prosecuted the case back in 1995, DA Jackie Johnson prosecuted the case in 2014, and District Attorney Keith Higgins prosecuted the case this past week. Larry Jenkins remains in prison where he's resided over the past 32 years. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news. This Sunday is Easter Sunday, and this Wednesday, April 16th, WIFO FM and Unity Church of God join forces once again to provide an Easter celebration. The time from 6 to 8 p.m. at Unity Church of God, located at 1580 Sunset Boulevard. They'll have free food, games, egg hunts for the kids, pony rides, inflatables, horse and buggy rides. It's an annual event to help celebrate Easter. Pastor Calvin Anderson will join us Wednesday morning on the Butch and Bob Show with all the details. We'll make plans to come and have a great time and celebrate this Wednesday, April 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Unity Church of God on Sunset Boulevard. The Shine the Light seminar is scheduled for tomorrow, April 15th at the High School Commons area. It's a seminar on human trafficking. We'll feature Rick Burford from the Jesup Police Department, others who are involved in educating the community about this subject. Survivor Christy Lee, who resides in Long County, has written a book on the subject entitled I Am Her, will be at the seminar. The event will take place at the High School Commons area. Again, the date tomorrow, April 15th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Again, it's a free event, and they invite the community to attend to learn more about the warning signs and statistics, hear from survivors and their stories, and get information on local resources to help educate the community about trafficking issues in this area. Tickets for the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce annual post-legislative luncheon are on sale at the Chamber office. They're $30 for Chamber members, $40 for non-members. Everyone's invited to come hear from our local representatives. Again, guest speakers at the luncheon will be State Senator Blake Tillery, State Representative Stephen Meeks, and State Representative Buddy DeLoach. The date of the luncheon is April 22nd. It'll be held from 11 to 1 at the Coastal Pines Technical College here in Jesup. If you need tickets or more information, contact the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. That number is 912-427-2028. Wayne County Board of Tourism invites everyone to this year's Porch Fest. The date is Saturday, May the 3rd. Time from 1 to 5 p.m. Location, the Old Town neighborhood of Jesup, bordered by Brunswick Bay, Wayne, and Mahogany Streets. The event's to be held on the porches and lawns of historic homes and churches. Features great entertainment as you come enjoy the music by walking or traveling by golf cart or on a bicycle. The Tourism Board has a great lineup of entertainment. If you need more information, simply call the Wayne County Board of Tourism office. That number is 912-427-3233. Once again, the annual Porch Fest event set for Saturday, May 3rd from 1 to 5 p.m. in the Old Town neighborhood of Jesup. Wayne County Chamber of Commerce gearing up for their second annual gala event entitled Disco Nights and Miami Lights. The date, May 2nd, 6 to 10 p.m. at the Pine Forest Country Club. Again, it will feature the company band from Jacksonville, Florida. Also, they'll have hors d'oeuvres, dancing, fun-filled activities, including a raffle, live and silent auctions. Tickets are $50 for members, $75 for non-members. Once again, Disco Nights and Miami Lights. Wayne County Chamber of Commerce second annual fundraising gala. Again, tickets are on sale at the Chamber of Commerce office. And finally in the news, a community-wide blood drive set for Monday, April 21st from 12 to 6 p.m. at Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium, 415 East Cherry Street. To schedule an appointment, they ask you please visit redcrossblood.org and enter Jesup. Walk-ins will be welcome. Once again, the date, Monday, April 21st from 12 to 6 p.m. A community-wide blood drive sponsored by the Jesup Shriners Ladies Auxiliary. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan saying have a great day.